What's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. And in today's video, we want to talk about the ISO standard and what it means to switch over. If you haven't already heard, the deadline for ISO compliance is November 2025. You can see here, are you ready to adopt ISO 222 for payment instructions with the November deadline, November 2025, that is. I thought this is the time to look into this whole entire niche and let's talk about it. So team, anyway, if you're new here, smash a like. If you're returning, this is going to be a very quick video about this very, very important niche. So yeah, please hang around and let's get through this real quick. So you might have heard this thing thrown around, ISO compliant, and of course it's here on Swift, okay? And of course, what is Swift? Now, are these crypto projects purely marketing this as a standard, or is there something more to it? Okay, so this ISO standard is a buzzword you've probably seen thrown around quite a bit, but what does it actually mean? Why are only a handful of cryptocurrencies, right, compliant? Okay. Why are there only such a small list of ISO compliant cryptocurrencies? Okay, that's a question mark for you. Now, why are these? So these cryptocurrencies are positioning themselves to reshape the global financial markets. So in this video, we're going to try and break down what the standard is and how these cryptos tie into it. Okay, so first of all, this is just a new messaging standards. So don't get caught out by the term, ISO this and ISO that. This is Swift, okay? Swift standard is old and it's expensive, and Swift is very, very slow, okay? So what this means is by 2025, Swift messaging system will be replaced. It is actually ISO 222 is the new international messaging standard for the financial institutions, replacing outdated Swift messaging system that allows faster, more secure, data-rich financial transactions to take place. Okay, and you're starting to see these huge projects jostle and position themselves as ISO compliant because that is the replacement standard. You with me so far? Now, by 2025, again, like I've showed you, according to the Swift website, they want the adoption to happen by November 2025, okay? The standard is going to be fully adopted worldwide, and that's a big deal. Why? Because certain cryptos are already compliant, like we said, giving them an edge in institutional, cross-border payments, and so on and so on. Don't believe me? You will see it here on the Swift website. Be ready by November 2025. And they tell you how to get ready, how to get started, of course. And, they show you the case studies as well. So you start to read a bit more about the different case studies on, again, this is, big governments. This is, it's scary stuff. I mean, for me personally, anyway, crypto is supposed to be, look at this. ISO, the financial. So this is where we're having confirmation of real crypto adoption. Like I said before, XRP, Algorand, XDC, Stellar, IOTA, LCX, Quant. These are all cryptocurrencies that are placing themselves at the heart of this big, scary standards. Okay, let's continue, guys. So we know this is going to happen, but what does it really mean for our bag? So first of all, let's just kind of go through what each one of these are. So for those of you who don't know, XRP, of course, is the most well-known ISO compliant crypto. It's fast, international, low-cost international payments. You can move millions and millions of dollars at a fraction of a penny. It is the highway for ISO compliance, okay? Now, XRP, interestingly, this week, they've also approached Circle to purchase. Now, the second most kind of like, again, well-known ISO crypto is Stellar Lumens, okay, XLM. Stellar focuses on connecting financial institutions to unbanked individuals, and that's quite important. This is your Western Union, right, of the crypto world. And of course, it focuses on developing nations. It's used for remittance, micropayments, just like XRP offers near instant cross-border settlement. Then you have the Gilbert Verdian's Quants. Now, this has been a beautiful stablecoin of mine last cycle, okay? But it's the one that hasn't really popped at all. It's not a blockchain. It's literally just a overledger. Kind of got, there's now cross communication for crypto projects. But this is now something that is also ISO compliant. Now, the overledger system connects to blockchains, interoperable, but it's been a key backer of, ISO regulations for a long time. Then it's probably out of these, kind of like big cryptocurrencies, probably my favorite is Algorand, not only because of the fact that it is an acceptable market cap, but also Algorand focuses on the one thing that other blockchains lack. So it's meant to be, offers an ultra fast, smart, secure, but the scary aspect is also CBDC adoption across nations. It has ties with governments. It's energy efficient. It is the ISO candidate at state level integration. Okay. So that is pretty much, Algorand is one of those that, in terms of like when you compare this to XRP, over 120 billion, XLM, 8 billion, and then Algorand is all the way at 1.8 billion. Now, you might say, okay, I'm not going to invest in something that's in, $1.8 billion. Fair enough. It could also mean that, in the next bear market, because these big cryptocurrencies take a while to come to fruition, in my opinion. Our next one there is HBAR. HBAR, again, $8 billion. I think HBAR goes a very, very long way. This is the enterprise. So you're seeing what I'm doing here. So you have your SWIFT equivalent, which is the highway of payments, which is XRP. Then you've got your micropayments and remittance, which is XLM. Then you've got your infrastructure for interoperable overledger, and that is your quant. Then you've got Algorand, which tackles CBDCs at a state level. And then you've got HBAR, which has not only incredible speed, but this is the enterprise blockchain. So this is more about, HBAR has a lot of things happening for it. The other day in the VIP, I told the group that HBAR was trying to tokenize energy and has done a deal with Saudi Arabia. $8 billion, yeah. Could it go to 100 bill, 50 bill? Absolutely. These do have that ability to do it, but it is incredibly fast, low fees, built for enterprise use. So you have CBDCs, you have enterprise, you have interconnection, interoperable, and you have micropayments, and you have your SWIFT replacement, right? So they don't stop there. Now, we do have several more, okay? We've got the likes of XDC. This is more for TradFi, okay? So XDC purely is a TradFi, built for TradFi. It is an EVM compatible. It focuses on inefficiencies of international commerce. And perhaps when TradFi comes into the scene, it could well get an adoption. For me, it's never been that sexy. I've owned it before, I've sold it, but it is also interesting noting that TradFi is not in crypto right now. They're waiting for compliance, regulations, and of course adoption for them to step in. So there's trillions of dollars of TradFi money, waiting on the sidelines. Okay, and of course there's also IOTA. IOTA LCX as well, which is more about trade, store, and invest in crypto assets in a globally regulated environment. So that's what LCX is, okay? And of course, everybody knows about LCX. Again, completely decentralized as well and ISO compliant, all right? We looked at XRP, XDC. What else did we look at? Now, in addition to that, of course, we also talked about IOTA. There's also Corium, okay? Some of these projects built on the, like, for example, Corium. Corium's built on, I do believe it's actually built on the XRP ledger, right? So Sologenic as well. So you do have these, even the internet computer is compliant. But if you look at IOTA, Kaspa, LCX. Now, LCX is an interesting one because obviously, if you look at the market cap of LCX right now, $139 million, right? Very, very attractive. Constellation DAO, skip that. Sologenic and Corium. I do like the look of Corium. Energy Web token has died somehow, but this is where, of course, the Champions League, the Premier League, this is the top cryptocurrencies in this field. But I do feel like Algorand is always being undervalued and has sat below 20 cents for a long time. I still believe that could Hedera this cycle do the dollar? Because I had tons of HBAR last cycle. And of course, we need to see more of the XRP ledger, the ecosystem. But overall, guys, not a sexy narrative. But when you look at everything that's happening, it is a very good narrative to keep your eyes and ears on. Now, of course, there's other projects as well, which is like, for example, this is Stronghold or SHX. This has been around for donkeys of years, right? 50 million market cap. And what this focuses on purely is it's a cryptocurrency built on stellar lumens. So, of course, if you've got your Corium, Sologenics, and these types of projects being built on XRP, then Stellar has its own ecosystem here. Okay, very, very good project. Has tons of good, what I consider to be good partners, key partners: IBM, Stellar, of course, strategic partners and investors, Ripple, and of course, there's plenty more you can do to research this project. And the team is very active. I mean, again, this is a very kind of like under the radar project at $53 million in terms of 50 million in terms of market cap, has hardly got any volume. And of course, it is one of these payment layers for XLM. Okay. So a lot of things are happening here, guys. So I want you to do your own research, but I hope you liked the video. I hope I've given you enough there to understand what it is, why these projects are all doing what they're doing, and that impending date from Swift to actually go and make this adoption happen in real time. All right. So guys, anyway, CBDCs are coming anyway. They will get rolled out. And of course, there will be few survivors that can bridge to traditional finance. So let me know your comments in the comments. If you're holding any ISO cryptos, do you think the standard will be a game changer or just another buzzword that runs out? And if you find value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the like notification button. Till next time, stay ahead of the curve. DXB out. Take care, guys.